pretty one. Come in front.
Yeah.
They're looking at you.
So do we want to introduce ourselves really quickly?
Yeah, that would be great.
Hi, I'm Cucumber Roll.
Tori, a new one.
A Lotus Sarcasm.
I'm Valerie Valkyrie.
Ida Felter Snatch.
Doc Hazard. Hana Solo.
So, the Hellions just celebrated their third birthday. We're 3 years old. Originally, Derby, in its newest formation, came to the Capital Region under the Albany All-Star Skaters. There was a split between the two teams. The Hellions wanted to go with WFTDA, which is Women's Flat Track Derby Association, which is a national governing body and ranking and competitive level sport. And Albany was interested in bank track, so that's something that they're working toward. Since then, the Hellions have gotten bigger and better and played bigger and better teams and came in third in New York State against everyone. Just so you know, New York City, Gotham is the best, but Hellions are getting up there. So
I guess I'll start then. So I was a freshman at Siena, and I think what happened was I started to get a little overwhelmed, a little burnt out with the workload or whatever. I'm a biology major. And I decided that I needed to do something different. I needed to get a hobby, something that I could focus some of my energy into. And I decided to join the Hellions because they had sponsored a zombie walk, and I like zombies. So I showed up at one of their practices and spoke to Alota, who was just really, really nice. And I felt like I immediately fit in with this awesome group of girls. And I've been doing it for a year and a half now.
So for me, I was resisting roller derby for a long time. My mom is actually a big fan and was trying to get me to go to bouts and go to bouts and go to bouts, and I kept like, no, I'm not interested. Finally got to go, spent hours afterwards researching it online, fell in love with it, and then started dating Ida.
That was so delicate.
she's a Derby winner.
Yes, so I decided that I could either sit alone while she went to practice 2 or 3 nights a week for hours and or I could get involved. So I became one of the announcers, and then I got more involved and became a fresh meet coach, and I'm on the coaching staff. So I announce and I coach as well, and it's her fault and my mother's fault.
We're promoting empowerment for women. There's rules. You know, it's not just hot pants and blood. It is a sport. There are hot pants and sometimes blood, but it's not. It's actually a lot of empowerment. And when you ask that question, a lot of women will say, "I feel strong. I feel empowered. This is my sport, and it's something special. To us." So I know that the hitting, it feels good. You had a crap day at work, you go to practice, and you take it out on your girls. But then afterwards, you're going out for a beer, and it's friendly. So. But some people feel very strongly, and it's usually people that aren't well educated on the sport or understand it.
I don't see it as violent at all. I won't kill a fly, a spider. I can't harm another human being.
I will kill all those things.
I can play roller derby.
She will too.
Like, it's not violent. It's really, I don't know. It's nice to know that you can do something physical.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, the contact of the sport perhaps is secondary to the athleticism. Like, it's just something. It's part of the game, and it's the game that's important, and not so much taking that girl out, or taking her down or hurting. You never want to hurt someone. Sometimes, like personally, if I make an illegal hit or accidentally trip somebody and they go down and they hurt themselves, you feel bad. But when you get a nice clean hit and she goes down or out of bounds and she's got to start at the back of the pack again, it feels great.
And with that too, like for fresh meat, and those are the girls who are brand new to the sport and are kind of going through that initial training. The first time they get a real solid hit from a graduated skater or a vet, it's amazing because they're getting knocked flat on their rear, and it's this moment of like hitting the ground, getting their wits about them, and then being like, yes, that was awesome, like I just took a hit from so and so, or
And I didn't die.
exactly.
I lived.
So that fresh meat experience of like their first getting hit for the first time and really getting taken out is exhilarating for them, and they hop up ready to take the next one.
So as you can see, we put on some gear while you guys were out. because we're playing a skating round, and the first rule of roller derby is do it safely. We wear mouth guards and wrist pads and knee pads and elbow pads and helmets and stuff. Doesn't mean that we don't get injured, because we do. So you get one whistle and the jam starts. Hold on. Right, jam starts. And there's been a recent trend in roller derby lately called slow derby, where people just kind of jockey forward before they come up by. That's my goal. So the jammer goes. Now I'm a jammer, and as you can see, they're trying to get position. $5, you're not counted down.
Oh, really? $5.
$5. We're playing soccer.
Hey, where's the pack, friends?
We're way out of play. Aww.
So, Hannah, what can't you do?
What can't we do? Excellent. I'm glad you asked, Ida. So we can't, obviously, there's a penalty called forearms. We can't hit anyone. We can't elbow them. We can't push them with our arms like this. We can't trip. It's not called tripping, because I think it's called a low block. Because tripping implies that you did something intentionally, and that means you get ejected. You do spots that you can block with include like anything, like if you imagine that you're wearing a big t-shirt that goes down to like your hips, you can show your back to people, you can hit them with your shoulders, you can hit them with your hips, but and the legal hitting zones, target zones, are essentially the same, except like I said before, you can't hit anyone in the back. But the back doesn't really include sort of the back of the arms or like the side of the hip. So if someone's making a wall and you're a jammer, you can kind of sidle in on their side and squeeze through them.
Really, any league will donate a portion of their door or something along those lines to a charity, usually a local charity. But just nationwide, leagues were donating proceeds to Lori Aid, which was a fund that was set up to just kind of help her get back on her feet, pay her hospital costs, and everything that kind of goes along with it. So that's a perfect example of just the derby community, not just being Capital District or New York State, but just nationwide and really worldwide. It's just, you put on skates, you become a member of a league, and your sisterhood has gone from maybe 2 or 3 friends to thousands of women all over the world, because as soon as you go to a derby event, you meet people, and they're your friends. There's like this instant connection between the two of you, and it doesn't matter if you'll ever see them again. In that moment, it'll be perfect.
So how much do you guys get paid?
So yeah, we don't actually get paid. In fact, we pay to play. The league is owned and operated by skaters, so we have to, we pay dues essentially to keep the league functioning.
And that's not just skaters. I mean, the refs are volunteers, the announcers are volunteers, the coaches are volunteer. Nobody's getting paid. We're all paying to do this. We all kick in to do this. And I think in addition to the pride that comes with that, we also get to control it. Nobody is giving us money saying, okay, well, that girl's not skating. Or, you kind of have to earn it.
It is very labor intensive. I am one of 5 coaches at the moment. And I do have a day job. I do defense research at the nanotech complex. But I do find that I do a lot of just as much derby work as I do regular work during my day. So I work an 8-hour job during the day and then come home and probably have another 5 hours of derby things, making practice plans, finding practice spaces, making sure all the girls are at practice and not giving me stupid excuses of why they can't skate because they have a hangnail. Finding teams to play, finding ways, scouting out strategies to make us better than that other team. It's not, just to get to show up and have fun. Everybody's working behind the scenes to do something.
But with roller derby, it's less of a, of a hobby and more of a lifestyle. Because once you get involved in something like this, I mean, obviously you really have to care about it because, like I said, we're paying to play and we're working really hard other than just getting to play. And we put in so much more time to table to get people to come to our bouts. We participated in Take Back the Night. Some of the girls, events like this even, we're here just to talk to you guys and spread the word about roller derby. Yeah, it's just it's becomes a bigger part of your life than it. For me, it became a bigger part of my life than I ever expected it to. I thought it was just going to be a sport I was going to play to help me get active again and to do something fun other than just homework all the time. And now it's it's probably 50% of everything that I care about. So.
Do you find that you have to justify why you participate in this sport, or why you kind of have to back up your reasoning for why you joined?
And that's kind of the thing I get a lot, because at my college, I'm a peer educator on campus. So I have to be like this golden girl, I've never done anything completely horrible or bad, and they all were like, you're gonna go beat people up, how is that? Why should our freshmen be looking to you? It's because roller derby is strong, and that's kind of what it was when I saw it.
I was just wondering, did you guys have a lot of skating experience before you started roller derby?
No. I could stay up on skates.
How long are you fresh meet for?
You're supposed to be fresh meat for about 3 months. But if you break yourself like I did, you get to do it again, and it really helps work on your skills, and you get to know everyone and make amazing friends, and just, I don't even know what's happened in these days.
Single knee, fall, really simple, double knee fall. And none of these actually hurt when you do them.
If you do them right.
If you do them right, which is why we practice them. A lot. This is a sprawl, that's the one that I end up in most of the time. If there's some of you sitting down thinking, oh, this kind of looks like fun, but I would be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed, come on, seriously.
The best way to learn it is to do it.
Okay.
I took it to the jammer. I didn't know who was late.
We're ready.
All right, you ready?
Okay, come on, we gotta here. We're gonna get a line. You can get as wide as you want, and don't let them through. Up here, come on, Brad. In line, no, together for you. Stand shoulder to shoulder. We're close. I know, we're gonna let her through.
We're helping you.
So we're in a pack.
Look, there's no pastels in front.
You gotta get up. Up your butt, up your butt. Yes, there you go.
She's quick.
Get back in front of her. Keep going. It's called recycling.
I'm walking back.
There you go. Okay, let me through. Yeah, hit her.
I'm gonna have you guys hit each other a little. Okay. So a very effective one is just the booty bump.
demonstration?
Right? So yep, that's it.
The idea with this is that you want your legs to pump. Think of a sumo wrestler. They do this,
Right.
not because it's comfy, because it's a lot harder to knock somebody down who's down here.
Exactly. And think about how easy it is for her to get around you if you're like
right now.
this.
Bring it.
It's gonna be a lot harder to get around somebody if exactly. This girl's that too.
We're packing it up. So
That's on the line.
Packing the.
You good?
I got you, Val.
All right.
All right.
Ready?
Claire's gonna take you out, Laura.
I'm afraid of that.
Wanted to do this forever.
I know.
No. We're gonna let her go up there without any of her teammates. Done.